Jupiter's moon count jumps to 92, most in solar system. Cape Canaveral, FLA. Astronomers have discovered 12 new moons around Jupiter, putting the total count at a record-breaking 92. That's more than any other planet in our solar system. Saturn, the one-time leader, comes in a close second with 83 confirmed moons. The Jupiter moons were added recently to a list kept by the International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center, said Scott Shepard of the Carnegie Institution, who was part of the team. They were discovered using telescopes in Hawaii and Chile in 2021 and 2022, and their orbits were confirmed with follow-up observations. These newest moons range in size from 0.6 miles to 2 miles, 1 kilometer to 3 kilometers, according to Shepard. I hope we can image one of these outer moons close up in the near future to better determine their origins, he said in an email Friday. In April, the European Space Agency is sending a spacecraft to Jupiter to study the planet and some of its biggest, icy moons. And next year, NASA will launch the Europa Clipper to explore Jupiter's moon of the same name, which could harbor an ocean beneath its frozen crust. Shepard, who discovered a slew of moons around Saturn a few years ago and has taken part in 70 moon discoveries so far around Jupiter, expects to keep adding to the lunar tally of both gas giants. This photo made available by NASA shows the planet Jupiter, captured by the Hubble Space Telescope, on June 27, 2019. On Friday, February 3, 2023, scientists said they have discovered 12 new moons around the gas giant, putting the total count at a record-breaking 92. That's more than any other planet in our solar system. NASA, ESA, A. Simon Goddard Space Flight Center, MH. Wong, University of California, Berkeley via app. Jupiter and Saturn are loaded with small moons, believed to be fragments of once bigger moons that collided with one another or with comets or asteroids, Shepard said. The same goes for Uranus and Neptune, but they're so distant that it makes moon spotting even harder. For the record, Uranus has 27 confirmed moons, Neptune 14, Mars 2 and Earth 1. Venus and Mercury come up empty. Jupiter's newly discovered moons have yet to be named. Shepard said only half of them are big enough, at least 1 mile, 1.5 kilometers or so, to warrant a name. The presence of Ronaldo makes matches more difficult for us. Al-Nassr star makes shock Cristiano Ronaldo admission after 2-2 Al-Fateh draw. Al-Nassr midfielder Luis Gustavo has explained how Cristiano Ronaldo's arrival has made life difficult for the Saudi Pro League table toppers. Cristiano Ronaldo moved away from European football for the first time by joining Al-Nassr on a free transfer last month. He is now the highest paid footballer in the world as he earns £173 million a year in Saudi Arabia. While Ronaldo's arrival was a cause of excitement for fans in the Middle East, the forward struggled to hit the ground running. It took him 3 competitive games to net his first goal for Al-Alami. The Portuguese icon converted a last-minute penalty to earn Al-Nassr a point against Al-Fateh on Friday, February 3. However, it is worth noting that Rudy Garcia's side have only won one of the 3 matches the forward has played in. Speaking after the 2-2 draw against Al-Fateh, Gustavo admitted that Ronaldo's arrival has made things difficult for the Riyadh-based club. The Al-Alami midfielder explained that opponents have extra motivation to beat the Saudi Pro League table toppers due to the 38-year-old's presence. Gustavo, though, insisted that Ronaldo's presence has also helped the players at Al-Nassr. Ronaldo has made a slow start to his life in Saudi Arabia, but Gustavo is positive that he will emerge victorious. The former Bayern Munich star also feels the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner has taken the pressure off him by netting his first goal for the club. Elon Musk says to attempt Starship launch in March. A Starship prototype being worked on is pictured at the SpaceX South Texas launch site in Brownsville, Texas, U.S., May 22, 2022. Reuters' Veronica G. Cardenas. February 4, Reuters. SpaceX may attempt a Starship rocket system launch in March, its billionaire chief Elon Musk said in a tweet on Saturday. If remaining tests go well, we will attempt a Starship launch next month, Musk said, in a response to a user's tweet about Starship. Musk had in January said that there was a real shot at launching Starship in late February, adding that a March launch attempt appears highly likely. SpaceX, since last year, has been looking to launch its giant Starship into orbit for the first time, a pivotal demonstration flight as it aims to fly NASA astronauts to the moon. Kerala police clamps down on antisocial elements with arrest of over 2,500 people across state. Tiruvananthapuram, February 5. Launching a massive crackdown on antisocial elements, Kerala police on Sunday arrested more than 2,500 people across the state. Police, in a statement, said 2,507 persons were arrested across the state as part of its initiative to curb antisocial activities in Kerala. The arrests were made after raiding 3,501 places since February 4 and registered a total of 1,673 cases, the state police chief's office said. Tiruvananthapuram recorded the maximum number of arrests with 333, but the most number of cases were registered in Kannur district, 257. The action came after a rise in antisocial activities being reported in the state. Thrissur recorded 301 arrests, followed by Kozhikode and Kannur with 272 and 271 cases, respectively. Following Kannur, Tiruvananthapuram and Thrissur registered 239 and 214 cases, respectively. Major earthquake strikes Turkey, Syria, scores dead, many trapped. Diyarbakir, Ankara, Turkey, February 6. Reuters. A major earthquake of magnitude 7.9 struck central Turkey and northwest Syria on Monday, killing hundreds of people as buildings collapsed across the snowy region, triggering a search for survivors trapped in rubble. The quake, which hit in the early darkness of a winter morning, was also felt in Cyprus and Lebanon. I have never felt anything like it in the 40 years I've lived, said Erdem, a resident of the Turkish city of Gaziantep, near the quake's epicenter, who declined to give his surname. We were shaken at least 3 times very strongly, like a baby in a crib. Turkey's disaster agency said 76 people had been killed, and 440 hurt, as authorities scrambled rescue teams and supply aircraft to the affected area, while declaring a level 4 alarm that calls for international assistance. Syrian state media said more than 100 people were killed and dozens injured there, most in the provinces of Hama, Aleppo and Latakia, where numerous buildings had been brought down. The situation is very tragic. Tens of buildings have collapsed in the city of Salkan, a member of the White Helmets Rescue Organization said in a video clip on Twitter, referring to a town about 5 kilometers 3 miles from the Turkish border. The rescuer on the clip, which showed a rubble-strewn street, said homes were totally destroyed. Many buildings in the region had already suffered damage in fighting during Syria's nearly 12-year-long civil war. People in Damascus, and in the Lebanese cities of Beirut and Tripoli, ran into the street and took to the cars to get away from their buildings in case they collapsed, witnesses said. In Turkey's Gaziantep, Erdem also said people had fled from their shaking homes and were too scared to return. Everybody is sitting in the cars or trying to drive to open spaces away from buildings, Erdem said by telephone. I imagine not a single person in Gaziantep is in their homes now. The United States was profoundly concerned about the quake in Turkey and Syria and was monitoring events closely, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said on Twitter.